What's up, faithful? Welcome back to 49ers Nation Report, the place where real 49ers fans come to talk about what's really happening with our team. And today, I've got some massive news that could completely change the identity of the 49ers offense. Because according to Adam Schefter from ESPN, one of the most dominant wide receivers of the last decade is coming to San Francisco. I'm talking about Mike Evans. That's right. The longtime star of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is reportedly leaving the franchise after 12 seasons to sign a 3-year deal with the San Francisco 49ers. And faithful. When this news broke, ESPN basically went crazy talking about it. Analysts, insiders, everyone was reacting to what this move could mean for the 49ers and the entire NFC. And honestly, it's easy to understand why. We're talking about a receiver who has put up 11 straight 1,000-yard seasons, tied for the most consecutive seasons in NFL history, with none other than Jerry Rice. Let that sink in for a second. Mike Evans has over 13,000 career receiving yards, 108 touchdowns, and is one of only 10 players in NFL history to reach both 13,000 yards and 100 touchdowns. The list he's on includes legends like Randy Moss, Terrell Owens, Larry Fitzgerald. That's the level of player we're talking about. And now he could be wearing red and gold. But here's the part that makes this story even more interesting. Evans spent 12 seasons with Tampa. He was the face of the franchise, the all-time leading scorer, and he had a chance to become one of the very few players in NFL history to spend his entire career with one team. But according to his agent, this decision was never about money. Instead, Evans wanted a new challenge, and more importantly, he wanted the best opportunity to compete for another Super Bowl while he still has elite football left in him. And when he looked around the league, the team that made the most sense was the 49ers. Think about that for a second, faithful. A future Hall of Fame receiver choosing to join an offense led by Kyle Shanahan, with Brock Purdy throwing the football. That's why ESPN analysts immediately started debating how dangerous this offense could become if Evans really joins the Niners. Because if you add a 6.5 red zone monster like Evans into this system, defenses would have to deal with a player who has scored 108 career touchdowns and has been one of the most reliable scoring threats in football for over a decade. So the real question now becomes, how would Mike Evans fit in this offense? Does this completely change the 49ers receiving core? And could this move push the 49ers even closer to another Super Bowl run? We're going to break all of that down. But first, faithful, I need your help. This channel is still new, and our next big goal is 3,000 subscribers. So, if you love the 49ers, if you want daily Niners news, and if you want real fan analysis like this, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and join the 49ers Nation Report family. All right, faithful, and now let's take a look at ESPN's reaction to this insane Mike Evans to the 49ers news.
We've got some breaking news. It'll be a change of scenery for longtime Buck Mike Evans. Signing with the 49ers to
No
a
way.
3-year deal.
Did they really just say Mike Evans to the Niners?
Receiving yards in games last season because he was injured, missed 9 games due to multiple injuries.
Hold on.
And it's now a streak of 11
Mike Evans to San Francisco?
1,000 receiving yards. That was tied with Jerry Rice for the longest streak in NFL history.
Bro, that's actually insane news.
Via his agent, the Buccaneers made it clear they would have loved for Mike to finish his career in Tampa, potentially become just the 4th player in franchise history.
I did not see that coming at all.
Spend his entire career as a Buccaneer and ultimately walk into Canton representing the organization. Mike Evans' decision to leave
That's a
Tampa
huge
was never
move for the
about money.
49ers.
The Buccaneers were extremely aggressive in their pursuit and presented a very strong offer, demonstrating how much they value him and everything he has.
This just changed everything.
In the end, this decision simply came down to Mike wanting a new challenge and a fresh opportunity while he still feels he has
that's a
deal
crazy
left to
pickup.
give the game. Let's break it down with Pete Prisco and Logan Ryan, as well as our lead NFL insider.
I'm not going to
Jonathan
lie.
Jones.
That's exciting.
JJ, what more can you tell us into the decision here for Mike Evans to go to the West Coast?
Yeah, we reported on Sunday night that Mike Evans' time as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer
That's a big weapon
complete.
for Brock Purdy.
There was a very, very small off chance that he got a deal, he took it back to Tampa Bay, they could match, he could stay. But it had
Kyle
been
Shanahan is about to
Mike
cook with
Evans
this.
would be out of Tampa Bay after 12 seasons. So that's where we are right now. He goes to the San Francisco 49ers. I understand.
Imagine Mike Evans in that offense.
That it is a 3-year deal. It would be stunning to me if this is a true 3-year deal. I think what you're talking about.
That's actually scary for defenses.
We're waiting on the money. Mike Evans was hopeful that he was going to get somewhere around $25 million per year. Sources
that red zone offense just got dangerous
to 20. So there'll probably be some fluff involved. Again, that third year, that's a huge question mark. So
you cannot leave Mike Evans one-on-one.
Talking about as he attempts to win one more Super Bowl ring. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers obviously were operating on
6'6" in the red zone. Good luck.
Anymore. That's why they go out and sign Kenneth Gainwell to a 2-year contract and beat out other teams for his services. That's why they were able to probably up the
defenses are going to have nightmares,
and were able to retain him. And so there was a little pivot there for Tampa Bay once they realized it was going to be near impossible.
That's a massive target for
Mike
Purdy.
Evans. Again, he'll forever be a Buccaneer. Again, this is not about money necessarily. I think Tampa would.
This offense just got even more
San
loaded.
Francisco wound up at. This is about Mike Evans, according to his agent, and this is true, looking for just another fresh start. And
McCaffrey, Kittle, and Mike Evans?
For the first time in his career. So now he heads to San Francisco in search of his second Super Bowl title. All
right, JJ, certainly appreciate it. Logan, I'm going to give you first.
How do you even defend
about the statement from the agent and what JJ's offered here?
Well, I'll start with this. As someone who's been teammates with Mike Evans, competed against Mike Evans.
This could be a Super Bowl type
San
move.
Francisco 49ers. I have some, insight on all of it, I would say. I think it's a beautiful, great fit for Mike and the 49ers. In terms of that statement,
you can tell they're going all in.
Many statements like that. Mike doesn't owe the Tampa Bay Buccaneers anything more than what he's done in terms of a Hall of Fame career.
That's a win now move right there.
Right? Tons of work in community. He does so. I live in Tampa Bay. What this man does in the community and what he's done for as long as he has.
I like the mentality from the front office.
I mean, the Bucs Hall of Fame. Going forward, I think it's a beautiful fit for the 49ers. Whatever you say Mike's value is, I know I look at Devontae Adams.
He clearly still believes he has more left.
If you think Mike's old and washed up, play him one-on-one if you want. If you think Devontae Adams is old and washed up, play him one-on-one if you want. He'll lead the league in touchdowns. Mike is a plug-and-play guy.
Respect for wanting a new challenge.
Next year in the red zone alone in that San Francisco offense. I know he's still got enough gas to win one-on-one. He's faced double teams his entire
Leaving Tampa after that long is crazy.
Now you put him in that offense with Kyle Shanahan, it's going to get scary. I think Mike has a lot of good ball left in him.
And particularly scary once Kittle gets back. Remember, he's coming off the injury. Once he gets back with McCaffrey.
12 years with one team is rare nowadays.
Maybe they're leading to bring back Trent Williams, too. You're not going to get rid of Trent Williams and bring an older receiver in. So it kind of pieced it all together. I'm kind of sad that he's leaving.
That streak of 1,000-yard seasons was legendary.
Somebody like that, it's a legacy player for a franchise. It just makes you a little sad that he's going. Now, having listened to what his agent said, I don't believe any of it.
That's Hall of Fame consistency.
You really think that if the Bucs had offered the same amount of money that he would have left to go to San Francisco?
I felt the same way. So why would his agent say that? That's a confusing thing about to me.
Jerry Rice level streaks are no joke.
If that's not the case. I know Mike and
making his Bucs look pretty good.
I know Mike and Levante David personally. I know they both love being Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Right.
So surprised.
Even with injuries, he's still dangerous.
I thought it was because the Bucs didn't want to give him anywhere near. It was a confusing statement on that end. But regardless, the sides are moving on. I think it's going to be a good move.
Mike Evans is still a problem.
If he chose to move, and obviously Tampa has a lot of young wide receivers and Ibuka and stuff that they drafted over the last few years to prepare for this day.
Yeah, it's
people
sad
forget how dominant
he was such a big part of their offense. I remember, Baker Mayfield told me last May. I said, "Well, what are you going to do with the new offense?" He goes, "It's a running game of Mike Evans. We go Mike Evans and then the running game. That's what we do."
He's been double-teamed his whole career.
For somebody else to step up.
Just to talk about schematically the Kyle Shanahan offense, Brandon Ayuk saga, injury. injuries to Juwan Jennings, Kendrick Bourne-Phil.
Now imagine him getting better matchups.
Right, but now we have Mike Evans here. What more help do they would need? You mentioned Kittle, and we know McCaffrey and all that, but just from a receiving core standpoint, Pete, what
Shanahan is going to scheme him open.
Well, Pearsall has to stay on the field. I think when he stays on the field, he's actually a pretty good receiver, but you need another one. And so I think you draft one. You got to draft some
That's
speed.
when
Look,
things
Mike
get
Evans, for
really
everything you say
scary.
about him, and he's a great player, he doesn't run like he used to anymore. So they need some speed somewhere to help open up that offense. But you're right, Kyle Shanahan will find
If
a way
everyone stays
to scheme it
healthy,
open
this
and get him
offense
in
is
one-on-one
crazy.
situations. And you're probably right. He's probably going to catch double-digit touchdown passes this year.
Look, it's a unique look. He can talk about this record here. Obviously, it's not going to be consecutive.
Health has
anymore because
always
of playing
been the
with
big
Jerry Rice
question.
played. Mike is a unique wide receiver, probably one of one in the league at legit 6'6" with ball skills. So he runs.
But when the
really
Stars
well
play,
in
the
his career at
Niners
this
are
age.
dangerous.
But with that size, he's running much better than 6'6" guys. That's why he's had 11 consecutive years. They need to get healthy. That's always been the
This
49ers
division
thing.
is getting
When
wild
Mike's healthy,
now.
he's going for 1,000 yards. He's proved that 11 out of 12 years. They all need to get healthy. But you put Mike in that offense, I know it firsthand. It is going to get really,
The NFC
really
West
ugly
is
for
no
other teams
joke.
if they can't figure out how to double Mike and then double Christian and what about George. It makes all the other jobs, it makes Christian McCaffrey's job a lot easier and similar to what the Rams did.
Teams
This is
better be
direct
ready for this
correlation of the Rams
offense.
getting Devontae Adams and what that took that Rams offense last year with Puka Nacua, and it got Matt Stafford an MVP. This is a similar move, in my opinion, with Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers.
The Stars
This
gotta
could
stay on
open the
field.
run game even more.
This is a star-laden team. It's a star-heavy team. You talk about last year. Nick Bosa didn't play much of the season.
Fred
Warner out for a lot of the season. Trent Williams was in and out of lineup for a lot of the season. The Kittles went in and out, and he went down at the end of the season. And McCaffrey was.
McCaffrey might feast
Ayuk
because
didn't
of
play, and
this.
McCaffrey's the only one who played. So their stars stay on the field. They're going to compete with anybody. And you can. Oh, by the way. Some people will put Brock Purdy into that category. I don't know if he's quite there yet, but he's
Purdy
close
just
to
got
that.
another
So
huge
if they stay on
weapon.
the field. But you think about that division, you got the Super Bowl winner,
Champs.
you got the Rams who blown it up,
Yep.
and then you got the 49ers. Don't you feel
division.
bad for the Cardinals?
You better load up. You better load up. And I will say this, and this one's for you, Pete, for all the fans out here. I think now you'll be able to appreciate Mike Evans a little bit more. Because I feel like in Tampa, a lot of his career, we
I
didn't
love
see a lot of
aggressive
it.
moves like
He's
this.
getting 1,000-yard seasons, but they don't win. And how good, then he wins a Super Bowl with Brady. It's because of Brady, all that stuff. Now you get to see Mike in a completely new scenery, and you can see, you don't always have him first ballot Hall of Fame on your vote right now, but you get to see how good this guy really is. I'm excited for the league to see, because I've seen it firsthand, how to cover him and how to be his teammate on how actual dominant he is. Now
This
with
is the
Kyle
kind of
Shanahan,
move
I think the league
contenders
gets to
make.
see how scary Mike Evans
He'll
really
be
is.
a Hall of Famer. I just don't think he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
I'm glad you don't have a vote.
Mike Evans from the west coast of Florida to the west coast in the Bay Area. And to your guys' point, we saw in the graphic there, made what the Niners did last season even more remarkable given all of
Man,
the injuries
the
that they
league
had
better
to
watch
sustain
out.
in this 2025 season.